Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail, and we're continuing here in the city of Armagh, and this is the Celtic Cross, and you can see the moon shining up above, and also you can see Armagh's Christmas tree down below, and it looks very bright in the night. And what we have here is the old market house in Armagh, and this has a big connection with John Wesley, because John Wesley came to Armagh 9 times from 1767 to 1789. Now, he first visited Armagh on Wednesday the 15th of April 1767, and his last visit was on the 16th of June 1789 in his 86th year, which was just 2 years before his death, actually. And the arrival of John Wesley in Armagh to preach came about because of a determined housewife, and her name was Eleanor Russell, who had been converted under Wesley in Athlone before coming to live in Armagh in about 1755. And whenever I was down in Athlone doing a bit of history, there was a map that I got that had actually showed you that Wesley had told you that Wesley actually preached in a field in Athlone at 4:30 in the morning. So my goodness, and the people came out to hear him. So incredible. You wouldn't get people coming out today to hear a preacher in a field at 4:30. And so Mrs. Russell persisted with her husband that an invitation should be issued to Mr. Wesley to preach in the city. Quite a nice building, isn't it? Now, Mr. Russell, her husband, wasn't so sure, as he had his doubts about Methodism. And so Mr. Russell just, he didn't know where he should ask Wesley or not. And so he consulted a friend, Mr. William McCaff, and William actually advised his friend, Mr. Russell, to go hear Wesley preach himself, and then he could make an informed decision whether or not to invite the preacher to Armagh. And so he went, his doubts vanished, and so he invited the Reverend John Wesley to come and stay at his house if he ever came to Armagh. And of course, John Wesley wasn't one to miss an opportunity, and so he accepted the invitation, and he made an appointment to preach here in the market house. Now, after arriving in Armagh on horseback on Wednesday the 15th of April 1767, an hour and a half before he was due to preach, an officer told him that the sovereign had ordered that you shall not preach in this town. Now, of course, John Wesley didn't let that put him off. And so her court, the sovereign himself, arrived to enforce his decision when Wesley had just begun preaching. And Wesley was then invited by a gentleman to preach in McCuff's Avenue in Abbey Street. And there was actually twice as many people came to hear him in the Avenue than there was here. I hope to do a wee video or two on the Avenue. But this is the market house. You can see it's also used as a car park here as well at night. You can see it's well lit up. And just across the road there is the Omniplex. So this is the market square here in Armagh. So there you go. So thanks for watching, and God bless.